What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to part 2 of our free agency episode. And of course, my name is JJT. Kasama natin, Kumish, Eric, part 2, West Side naman ang pag-uusapan natin today. We'll talk about the biggest fantasy and winners and losers ng West, and a little bit about the real basketball winners and losers din naman. So let's kick things off with Dallas Mavericks. So Dallas added Reggie Bullock and Moses Brown. They lost Josh Richardson, as we said in the last episode. Okay, intriguing Moses Brown siguro muna. Let's talk about Moses Brown. Kasi last year, daming high on Moses Brown. Di ba? Nung nag-Boston nga yan, marami ako nakikita sa mga groups na ito, gagawa to Moses Brown. But what's your outlook with Moses Brown? Nandiyan si Kristaps, nandiyan pa. Sino ba center nila?
One of our friends, si Van, he likes Moses Brown sobra. Nalaman niya na trade sa Dallas din. Nag-message siya agad sa akin. Parang, tingin mo, gagawa, ganyan. Sabi ko, feeling ko they're gonna develop him slowly. Kasi they re-signed Willie Cauley-Stein. Boban was also re-signed.
Yeah.
And they still have DFS, Kleber, Kristaps is still there. So, I don't see the minutes for him. Yeah. I love him. I love Moses Brown, pero I don't know where he will get the minutes. Considering
purely
center lang siya.
Mo the draft to.
Feeling ko may mag-draft.
Last few rounds, no?
Meron.
10, 11, 12 round.
Medyo sobrang hilaw, sobrang raw talaga ni Moses. Kahit nung gumagawa siya sa OKC, makikita mo medyo raw pa talaga . So I think dito, hindi tulad ng OKC to. Talagang slowly pa.
How about Reggie Bullock? Value ba?
Oo. Reggie Bullock is an upgrade kay Josh Richardson. Definitely shooting pa lang 3 points pa lang, upgrade na yun. Defense hindi, pero I think fantasy-wise...
Defense baka comparable . Last year, Reggie Bullock was good defensively in New York. But that was New York, of course. So, iba yung mindset doon versus the mindset maybe in Dallas. Plus, they have a new coach in Dallas, so hindi natin alam. Pero, most likely he'll start.
And then, last year he was a little bit relevant fantasy-wise because of the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
And yung steals niya was hovering around 1 steal. Hindi pa umabot doon, pero nandun. So, that's good. That's good kung mabibigyan kanya ng 3 points. Tapos may steals siya na ganun. That's a specialist at the end of the drafts.
Yeah. Dallas have yung mga small role players that have sneaky fantasy value. Like sina DFS, Kleber, kasi everyone's focused on sina Luka or maybe Kristaps, diba? Pero players like sina Kleber, DFS, and ngayon, Reggie Bullock have that, para Tim Hardaway Jr., diba? Minsan overlooked din si Tim Hardaway Jr.
Overdrafted actually. Medyo overdrafted feeling.
Talaga? Parang feeling ko minsan overlooked
Hindi. He has those big games. Pero average it out. He's very one-dimensional.
Parang specialist kasi. Among the specialists, he's probably one of the better ones siguro.
Pero one of the more inconsistent ones also.
Yun.
And one that is not being treated as a specialist kasi he's being drafted din in drafts.
I think Tim Hardaway should be treated as a specialist. For me,
Yes.
Parang mga Duncan Robinson yan But difference lang, he takes more attempts. Yun yung problem kay Tim Hardaway.
And he's not as efficient.
Yeah, yun nga. Kasi he takes more, a lot more. Si Duncan kasi he takes, selective lang siya
Ang maganda dito sa Dallas, I think, fantasy-wise, from last season, I think, basically, ganun pa rin. Ganun pa rin yung roles ng lahat. Walang masyadong changes.
Lucas team, sneaky value, DFS, and Kleber.
Yeah.
Yung Kristaps na lang yung medyo question mark value kasi last year he performed way below yung fantasy, yung draft, average draft position niya, which was around 5th to 6th round.
Yes. Pero today or tomorrow pupunta sila Mark Cuban sa Slovenia to sign the $200 million extension ni Luka. And then, uuwi sila, right after signing, uuwi sila sa US. Pero si Jason Kidd, dediretso sa Latvia. He's gonna talk to Kristaps there. So, I'm thinking, di ba, medyo may plano si Jason Kidd for Kristaps. Kasi hindi ka naman pupunta all the way to, although siguro malapit lang yung Slovenia at saka Latvia, hindi ko alam. Pero kahit na, di ba? Baka naman parang, sige, para nandito na rin naman, 1 hour away na lang. Sige, puntahan na natin
Sige, para di magtampo.
Para di magtampo. Baka naman isipin nito, parang Tagaytay lang, di pa ako pinuntahan eh.
Pero hindi free agency Kristaps, ha? So
Hindi.
if they don't want him there, they have to move him, and hindi
Yeah.
rin siya madali i-move. Diba? So si Kristaps. Alright, Denver didn't do much. They lost JaVale, but they signed Jeff Green. Yun, Jeff Green, probably parang ano na rin to eh, medyo malalim na rin tong Denver for him to get value here. Pero he had some value nung Brooklyn.
I think Jeff Green is a Paul Millsap replacement. I think
which means wala nang masyadong value. Paul Millsap last year was waiver wire player na lang.
Waiver wire player, yes.
So yeah, I guess that's for Denver. Golden State, Otto Porter, Andre Iguodala, Nemanja Bjelica. Who's the winner here?
For Golden State, yung kuha nila kay Otto Porter.
Real basketball sense, yung Otto Porter, yung minimum, vet minimum yata siya di ba? So
pero kahit fantasy sense for me, sobrang sulit nun eh.
Pero Otto Porter, for ilang years na, sobrang medyo disappointment din.
But because of that, he's probably not gonna get drafted, I think. And for someone na not drafted or maybe picked at the latter rounds, may role siya. I think he fits Golden State better than Oubre. Way better than Oubre. And let's say Steph will start, Draymond will start, Clay will start, let's say healthy si Clay. And nominal center, maybe Wiseman or maybe Kevon Looney. I think Otto Porter will get the 5th spot eh. At in that kind of a team, wala kang choice but to
sino ba
fit in.
Sa bagay, wala nang iba eh.
Ang problem sa kanya, injury. Diba? Yun.
Actually, I think ang maglalaban dito for that 5th spot would be Otto Porter and maybe Bjelica.
Pero feeling ko Otto Porter yan. Kasi Draymond and center eh. Diba? Draymond may center ka eh. Wiseman will probably start eh. I feel Wiseman will start.
Tingnan natin, last season he ended up coming off the bench eh.
Nung huli.
Yeah, nung huli.
Latter part,
Because they were not good when he started, diba? So parang minove back siya sa bench. Maybe Porter would have value. Ako, di rin ako fan masyado. Kasi nga puro injuries. And I think yung 3 pa rin. Baka, of course, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Wiseman might have a little value. Pero, tingnan natin how the rotation is pagdating ng training camp. Or yung pre-season. Diba the rotation kung paano nila gagamitin. Kasi feeling ko, Porter with the value. Bjelica baka may konting value at pag nabigyan ng playing time kasi Bjelica parang medyo gumagawa din eh.
Feeling ko
sino last year ang backup small forward? Pascal. Wala na rin si Pascal eh.
I feel lang na if they're healthy, Bjelica will probably be just spot minutes eh. Si Porter ang mas may potential pero I'm not going out na parang pick him.
Outside 100. Outside 100.
Feeling ko lang among the newcomers.
I think kaya medyo high si Eric kay Otto Porter. Kasi si Otto Porter might be picked outside 100 pero has top 100 potential.
Baka nga undrafted pa eh. So, yun ang feeling ko. Kasi
actually,
people will see Kuminga, people will see Moses Moody, sabihin nila, daming wings Tapos may Otto Porter, may Draymond, tapos tong Bjelica. So, they might shy away from Otto Porter. Pero feeling ko, he's gonna get more minutes kasi Golden State will go for will try to go and win eh.
Yeah.
So
actually Golden State medyo rin sila, one of the top teams considered by many as one of the top teams.
Si Iguodala.
Yun nga, si Iguodala. Pero Iguodala naman is not a fantasy relevant player na.
Mark Kagiwa of Golden State.
Diba? So parang even last year, hindi naman rin siya fantasy relevant. 2 years ago, hindi nung nasa Golden State siya, hindi naman siya fantasy relevant rin eh.
Yes.
So, the last time Iguodala was fantasy relevant, Philly pa yata siya eh.
Pwede.
Diba? Diba? Wala na eh. After that, wala na eh. Role player na lang si Iguodala. Houston got Daniel Tays.
To replace Kelly Olynyk.
So ito, interesting din to kasi Daniel Tays had value in Boston last year. Pero na lang, hindi na siya yung katulad ng 2 years ago. Yung value ni Tays last year was, in Boston, was depende sa rotation.
Tapos na-trade siya sa Chicago.
And then, medyo na-lose niya yung value niya doon. With Houston naman, many might see him as the replacement ni Olynyk.
Yeah.
But, is the skill set good enough to replace Olynyk? Kasi Daniel Tays is not known to be a facilitator. Unlike Olynyk.
Yes. Pero I think he could, ang question naman dyan, can he play with Wood? Can they play together? We'll find out. But I think they can. And I think they will start them first. Ang problem ko with Houston is, of course, it's a tanking team. So, hindi mo alam kung hanggang kailan.
Saka maraming
diba?
Yeah. Pero you have to keep an eye on Tays kasi if they are tanking, walang clear-cut player who can produce talaga other than Wood maybe.
But their draft picks were big men eh. Si Garuba, which we saw with Spain, and then si Sengun, which a lot of people love, including me. I'm a fan.
Pero do you think they'll play sa bagay? They're a tanking team. Baka
Sengun will play a lot of minutes. That's my question na yon kay Tays. But of course, Wood, Sengun, and Tays, tatlo sila for 2 spots. Enough minutes naman for everybody eh. Diba? So,
but do you draft Tays over Sengun?
No.
No. So wala na yan. Pag ganun, parang ang layo mo na sa rotation nun eh.
No. I mean, will I draft? Ako kasi I see the upside with Sengun. Yeah. And with Tays naman, I'm 100% sure after 2 weeks, 1 week na sa free agent pool na rin naman siya. What's the point of drafting him? Diba? Si Sengun, kung of course, it's a MVP ng Turkish League eh. I've been watching him for a long time. Talagang impressed ako eh. Pero hindi naman ako talent scout eh, so I don't know. Pero pag first week, nakita mo gumawa, wala na. I mean, jackpot ka na dun. So, syempre, I'll pick Sengun.
Yeah. Actually, feeling ko marami magda-draft kay Sengun. Kasi malamang mas-showcase yan sa preseason.
Oo.
Even sa Summer League, malamang mas-showcase yan. Diba?
Excited na nga ako makita siya eh.
Dapat nga, i-hope mo hindi siya masyado makita eh.
Hindi, okay lang. Pick nyo, okay lang. Malay mo, mali. Last year, hayaw kay Poku eh. Oh, mali.
Gumawa naman eh. As a bagay.
I mean, wala.
Pero ito MVP ng Turkish League eh.
Well, he's not as raw as Poku, for sure. Pati yung katawan, hindi as raw. Pero, will he translate fantasy-wise? Kasi, in the NBA, I'm sure gagawa to eh. Pero fantasy-wise ba is magiging as valuable siya? Doon ako medyo question mark. Pero as a fan ng game, I like him. Pero hindi kasi nag-steals and block to eh. Sabi nga nung, diba, parang pwedeng Enes Kanter, rebounds and points. So, parang, is that
tignan
enough?
Tignan natin. Diba? We'll see what happens sa hindi natin napag-usapan yung isang player ng Miami yung naglalaro sa
Sino?
Yung si 9 nila.
Si Omer Yurtseven?
Oo. Diba? Kasi parang marami. Yun nga eh, maraming baka mabiktima eh.
Hindi. Masyadong anyway, na yun. Masyadong malalim pa.
Anyway, Clippers, Justice Winslow, ito. Interesting din to kasi Kawhi might not start the season. Would Justice Winslow have a...
He won't.
He won't start the season.
Baka he won't play the season.
So, may value ba dito si Justice Winslow?
Walang value yan. Huwag na tayo magpaloko dyan. Ilang taon na eh. Last year, nung bumalik sa Memphis, lahat ng tao pinagpipick up eh. Sabi ko, what's the rush? Wala. Ilang taon na yan, Justice Winslow. Wala siyang value.
Wala. Same to kay parang same to kay Josh Richardson. The last time nagkaroon ng value si Winslow was Miami days pa. And that seemed like a long time ago.
Alam mo bakit gustong-gusto siya ng mga tao? Nung Miami kasi may point guard siya eh. Point
Yeah,
guard,
nga.
small forward,
Kaya
power
nga,
forward.
may assist, di ba? Parang all around di ba? So if you've been playing fantasy long enough, talagang pwede ka mabiktima eh.
Yeah.
But I think Clippers re-signed Reggie Jackson din eh.
Everybody's
so,
back.
They'll run it back. So
Yeah.
I don't think baka nga Terrence Mann, yung sinabi namin.
Nick Batum. Nick Batum is a winner
Nick
here.
Batum.
Nick Batum.
Nick Batum or Terrence Mann a little bit. Push up na
Yes.
konti.
Pero Nick Batum is
Pero ang mas sure thing siguro Nick Batum
Nick
over
Batum,
Mann.
yes.
Kasi Mann, sabi namin last time, baka same role lang as last year. Gumawa lang nung playoffs nagkataon. Pero same role lang as last year. Pero I wouldn't be surprised kung Mann would be picked higher than Batum.
Yes, I think so.
Guys, ang trick dyan, pag nabuo na yung league nyo, i-hype nyo na si Mann para makuha nyo si Batum. Trick dyan.
Last year, si Batum, he had 1.6 threes and then a steal. So parang good percentages. I think this year will be, siyempre last year may Kawhi. So this year walang Kawhi. So, di ba?
Hindi natin masyado na pag-uusapan about Roto, but Batum is one of the good Roto players, di ba?
Yes. Batum is one of the good Roto players.
One of the best before actually, nung nasa Charlotte pa siya. So, baka medyo parang nare-revive ang career ni Batum.
Yes. Pati sa France di ba, yung games niya.
He's still one of the most versatile sa team.
Yes.
Can contribute. So, bantayan yung Nick Batum. Alright, ito na. Ito maraming pag-uusapan dito. Lakers. So, the Lakers signed how many? 7 players. Well, 6 players. Probably one of the teams with the most new players in their team. Well, new and old. New old players.
Pag-usapan pa ba natin ng Lakers? Wala naman may gusto dyan.
Yung Lakers lang yung team na kapag may rumors about one player, sure, baka sa Lakers. Diba? May rumors about Damian Lillard, sa Lakers yan. May rumors about Bradley Beal, Lakers yan.
Si Lionel Messi.
Nasa Lakers din, di ba? So the Lakers signed Ariza. Isa-isa natin, Ariza. May value ba yan?
Fantasy ba? Pinag-usapan?
Fantasy, oo.
Oo. I guess, pwede ko siyang i-pick up. Hindi pick sa draft. Pwede ko siya i-pick up during the season. So, kung value ang tawag mo doon
Who's the winner? Who's the winner here?
Among the ones they pick
sa
up?
Lakers.
Kendrick Nunn.
Okay. Kendrick Nunn is the Malik Monk.
Yan yung suntok sa buwan na pwedeng...
Kasi better situation siya. Imagine if he stayed with Charlotte, diba? Wala na siya sa rotation.
Yes. Yan yung, kasi ang hula ng mga tao, Wayne Ellington will start eh. Pero Wayne Ellington is not a good defender. So if they want someone that can shoot and can be a better defender, that's Malik Monk. Pero syempre bata eh. So inconsistent. So bagay ba siya doon sa starting position? Baka naman mura-murahin ni LeBron James yan. Baka naman after 2 games, umiyak na yan at umuwi na. So, hindi natin alam yun. Pero tama ka, Malik Monk.
Kasi pwede rin si Carmelo mag-start eh.
I doubt it.
Talaga?
Ang hula ako, Carmelo won't even be in the rotation.
Talaga? That bad?
Mark Gasol, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and a shooting guard. Let's say whatever. Off the bench mo, si Nunn yan eh. Taylor Horton Tucker will definitely be one. And Ariza will play over Carmelo eh. May base more ka pa. So, saan mo lalagay si Carmelo dyan? Feeling ko si Carmelo,
power forward.
Hindi, Ariza will be the backup power forward kasi.
Di small forward.
Carmelo's not playing small forward anymore. Hindi na niya kaya mag-small forward eh. I feel Carmelo can get 10 minutes maybe a game. Yung pang they lack offense, they lack shooting, medyo malas yung ibang shooters, he can get there. Pero yung regular minutes, parang feeling ko hindi yata.
Okay, so Melo is a fantasy loser here.
Yes.
Kendrick Nunn ang biggest winner here.
For me. Yeah.
How about Dwight Howard?
Specialist na lang yan. I mean, if you need...
Is he in a better situation now? Hindi. Kasi they have Mark Gasol pa eh.
But better considering kung si Embiid ang binabackup mo tsaka si Marc Gasol, di ba? Ay better ka pa rin with Marc Gasol, backing up Marc Gasol. Pero he cannot play with Russell Westbrook eh. That's the problem. You cannot play him together with Russell Westbrook.
Bakit?
Dalawang non-shooters makaplug yung lane eh.
Hindi,
so,
pick and roll.
I doubt I would see a pick and roll between Westbrook and Dwight Howard. People will just sag off both of them. Pag pick and roll kayong dalawa, kung gusto nyo kami, nagkasag na lang kami, hayaan na lang namin. All the defenders will just pull back eh.
Okay, so Kendrick na biggest winner, pero is someone, Malik Monk could be draftable.
Kung gusto mo ng, gamble.
Late rounds na.
Yeah.
And Trevor Ariza maybe.
I won't draft him. Tanda na eh. I mean, makukuha mo yan sa free agency. Sobrang unexciting.
And batayan nyo lang si Wayne Ellington, as we say. May mga stretches yan. Stretches yan that would gagawa yan. Mainit. Diba? Alright. Move on tayo sa Lakers. Ang sure thing lang naman sa Lakers, Westbrook, LeBron, and AD. Yun lang yung tatlo. And maybe none a bit later rounds. Pero none siguro won't be drafted as high as Schroeder was last season.
No.
For sure.
Hindi naman.
Pero may value si none dyan. Memphis, walang move si Memphis other than Bledsoe and Adams. They let go of Grayson Allen to sign, sino sinign nila? Sam Merrill.
They traded
for Sam Merrill, pero most likely hindi yan papasok sa rotation. May winner ba among the wings ng Memphis?
Wala ako nakikita. I think
sino Bane, sino pa ba mga wings sila?
Dillon Brooks.
Kyle Anderson, Dillon Brooks.
I think they're expecting Jaren Jackson Jr. to be healthy and will start at the power forward. That's why Kyle Anderson will move to the small forward. That's why they did their moves that they did now. And that means I don't like Kyle Anderson as much if he's in small forward compared to power forward.
Kaya naman tayo ba? Mamaya.
So, medyo wala akong nakikitang winners except probably Dillon Brooks kasi maganda yung playoff niya eh. I mean, he did well.
So he might be overdrafted. So don't fall for that. Dillon Brooks will be Dillon Brooks, di ba? Tsaka Memphis didn't make much move. Tsaka we'll see what happens to Bledsoe rin pala here in this Memphis situation. Minnesota, walang moves. Torian Prince they traded for Torian Prince pero I don't think that would be relevant. New Orleans, ito, okay din to. Devontae Graham joined New Orleans. And then they got Satoransky and Garrett Temple. I don't think Garrett Temple is something we can talk about as fantasy relevant, pero Graham and Satoransky were fantasy relevant last year. Should they be drafted now?
Devontae Graham should be drafted, and he's a winner for me. He's gonna start. He's gonna start at the point guard. Wala na si Lonzo, wala na si Bledsoe. So, ang kalaban
ng guard ng New Orleans?
Nikhil Alexander Walker. Then JJ Redick din nata for a while. Although nawala rin siya, alam ko eh. Tapos
nasaan si JJ Redick, di ba? Dallas.
Pero wala pa. He's a free agent.
Yeah. Pero he ended up in Dallas last.
Tapos si Josh Hart kasi is still a free agent. So we don't know if he's gonna come back. If he's gonna return. Pero kung hindi siya magre-return, lalo ng more minutes yan for the remaining players like Nikhil. And then, etong si Devontae Graham.
Pero ingat rin tayo overdrafting Devontae Graham kasi bad usually. Field goal niya ito, hindi maganda eh. I think if merong mag-boost sa stats ni Devontae Graham, could be the assist. With him having Ingram and si Zion, di ba?
Kaya maganda rin siguro if you already have a team na parang medyo talo na sa field goal. Devontae will be a
kasi
higher...
Kasi killer to eh, sa field goal. Kasi pamatay talaga to. He shot well late last year pero early in the season sobrang sagwa. Satoransky, Wala.
Hindi
Backup.
ko backup. Waiver. Pang waiver
Wala na.
siguro.
Alright. OKC didn't make much move other than favors, which we talked about a couple of episodes ago. Shai re-signed with OKC after the rumors that he was gonna be traded. So, I think settled na Shai. Medyo ano rin tong OKC, medyo marami ring
Question mark.
question mark kasi Shai, Dort, di ba? Yung mga Pokusevski.
Ngayon, the rookies kasi, like Josh Giddey and
Yun.
Treyman. So, I think that's why they were in a hurry to trade Kemba eh. Kasi they wanted the rookies and Tio Maledon pa, to get a lot of minutes eh. So, they really didn't want Kemba to stay na magpilitan pang magpalaruin.
Pero ito, if there's one team to watch sa preseason, it could be this team kasi most likely their players would, other than Shea, siguro maglalaro yung mga players nila.
Yeah, interested ako kay Giddey. I think kasi masyadong malayo ang ano ng mga tao eh. May maraming high sobra, maraming low.
Yeah.
So gusto ko makita kung nasaan ba siya in the spectrum kasi I have a big feeling he's gonna be used a lot by OKC.
Just like last year, OKC could be another fantasy haven for the managers kasi walang clear-cut player. Lalo na ngayon nawala pa si Horford, di ba, last year. Tapos nawala pa si Moses Brown. So, wala na rin si Tony Bradley. So, parang naging thin lalo yung...
Mike Muscala is back and I think he's probably gonna get some minutes.
Hindi exciting eh. Mike Muscala, pipick ko yan. Diba? Pero again, babantayan natin because of yun nga, they will have opportunities to pad their stats and that's what we care about in fantasy. Phoenix, siguro sa Phoenix, they had Elfrid Payton, Shamet, and JaVale. I don't see any winners here. Even JaVale, baka hindi naman na rin fantasy relevant si JaVale.
I think kung paano si Saric, yun magiging role ni JaVale.
Elfrid Payton and Campaign. Who do you think gets the backup? Campaign pa rin.
Campaign naman siguro. Meron na siyang may puhunan na siya after what he did last year. Si Elfrid, I think is a third na lang yan. Parang
wala na, hindi mo na mapipick si Elfrid.
Na lang siya eh. Kung baga parang insurance policy na lang nila yan eh. Kung may injure si Chris Paul or si Devin Booker, they need another ball handler. So parang syempre hindi mo pwede si Payne lang yung matitira. So parang third string na nila yan.
Yeah, and they lost Javon Carter kasi. So yun yung kapalit nila. Portland had Cody Zeller, Ben McLemore, and Tony Snell. Wala na rin.
Ayun, napapansin ko, itong Western Conference, parang nag-give up na tong free agency. Parang sa East, parang exciting eh.
Yung mga tapunan ng East, pinasa na lang dito eh.
Yung East, parang ang ganda pag-usapan eh. Pucha, pag itong West, parang pabulok na
pabulok. Grabe yung mga additions eh.
Cody Zeller, okay.
Walang interesting eh.
Wala. Itong Portland, Lillard said it the best eh. Honestly, Lillard. Sabi niya, we didn't get players we wanted to get. That's it. I mean, wala naman siya kailangan sabihin eh. So
this bumps the chances of Lillard getting traded ba?
I think so.
Interesting sa Portland. It's always Lillard has been rumored to be traded. Pero I feel na they could trade CJ more than Lillard.
If Lillard doesn't ask for a trade, that is the more logical thing to do. But the way Lillard is talking in interviews is not the Lillard before. Na parang, I'm a loyal person.
Ang labo talaga ng Portland. Last year, they were, thin on the defensive end, diba? Parang kulang eh. And then they signed players like Cody Zeller. No defense naman yan.
Pero Tony Snell naman, no? May defense. 3-and-D. Tsaka si Ben McLemore. No? Pero, seryoso, I mean, itong mga moves ng Portland is parang give up na eh. Parang giving up moves na eh. Wala namang, won't even move anything for them.
Yeah. We don't know. New coach, new system, maybe. Hindi natin alam. Sacramento, isa pa to. Alex Len, Tristan Thompson. Holmes resigned. So, this could be another situation similar to Hassan. Pero baka Tristan Thompson would have a little more value here.
I think Tristan Thompson will affect Holmes more than Hassan Whiteside would. Holmes. Mas worried ako ngayon with Tristan Thompson. And the fact that Marvin Bagley...
Mas worried ka about Holmes.
Mas worried ako for Holmes dahil nandiyan si Tristan Thompson ngayon. And plus the fact that Bagley hasn't been traded yet. So, nandyan pa si Marvin Bagley. Although, syempre, pwede naman hindi laruin, but still, they're invested the draft pick sa kanya. So, medyo, tas may Alex Len pa, favorite ni Jeremy yan, si Alex Len. So, hindi mo rin masasabi yan, di ba? Gagawa din yan. And they had the rookie that they picked, 7-foot center is also quite big. quite
big,
impressive.
Pero quite good ba?
Hindi, he's good. He's good. He's one of the sleepers in second round. That's why, to be honest, yung draft ng Sacramento was one of the better ones. The problem is yung fit is really bad. They picked Davion Mitchell.
Yeah.
Na nag-summer league na si Davion Mitchell eh. First game pa lang, alam mo nang this guy will not be a flop. Kung hindi siya sa Sacramento napunta, I would be picking him in the draft natin. But 6-foot point guard, paano yun? I mean, paano siya lalaro with the Aaron Fox, with Buddy Hield, with Tyrese Haliburton? Yun ang problem eh. Pero
yeah, nawala.
He's been doing so well na eh.
Ayan, you're back. Ito pala, tinatanungin ako. Pero Sacramento is not yet done. They could still trade Hield. Yun pala yung ano. Kasi they tried to trade him, di ba?
Oo. Pero wala pa.
Wala pa. But again, when, alam mo naman yan eh, when players know that you're trying to trade them, wala na rin yan eh.
Saka may rumors the Aaron Fox for Pascal Siakam. So, yun ang matunog-tunog ngayon eh.
So, pwede yun. That would bump up some of yung si Davion Mitchell na rookie. That can bump up his role.
Pero Davion Mitchell, sobrang impressive. Yung first game niya sa Summer League, one of
Nasa League Pass ba ang Summer League?
Hindi. Yung Summer League kasi ngayon is California Classic pa lang. So, mga California
Saan mo napapanood?
Sa Twitter. May mga follow ko, tapos may mga videos na pinapakita.
Okay. Wala sa League Pass.
Puro Davion Mitchell. And nakita ko yung defense niya talaga. We already know yung defense naman talaga niya is Patrick Beverly type eh. Makulit. Pero yung shooting niya was surprising. Yeah.
Pero again, Summer League pa lang yan eh. Pero
good start. Good start.
Ito, another team. Grabe nga, tama ka. You don't know what...
Sino sunod?
Sino pa ba? Ang daming fan base tong team na to. San Antonio Spurs.
Oh my God.
Even their fan base don't know what they're doing. So, San Antonio Spurs lost DeMar DeRozan.
Wow, boring, man. Tapos hindi nagdag sino? Sabihin mo.
Zach Collins, Bryn Forbes, Tad Young, Al-Farouq Aminu, Doug McDermott.
Wow. Exciting
San Antonio Spurs are baka na to, rebuild mode na talaga. I don't even see them rebuild mode eh.
Rebuild mode to. So,
Pero the early part pa lang. Ang biggest winner siguro dito, Derek White and DeJounte.
Yeah, Derek White, DeJounte, and Keldon
Johnson. Worry ko kay Keldon, wala pa masyadong defensive stats eh.
That will come. And the Olympic experience will only be better.
Ito na lang. Mali ba ginawa ko? I dropped Keldon. I gave up Keldon sa dynasty natin.
$60 kasi yun eh, no? I think it was fair deal na for me. If I think you might regret it. I think. Pero if it were me, I would have... Sino bang kinip mo? Si Nikhil?
No, si Jonathan.
I would have kept either Nikhil or Keldon over Jonathan. Only because masyadong si Jonathan Isaac.
Yung injury kasi.
Oo. I would have picked those two. I would have been comfortable picking between Keldon or Nickeil Alexander more than Jonathan Isaac. If that were me.
Pinapagsisi mo naman ako eh.
pero
ang hirap nun eh. Tinaasan nyo kasi yung mga bets eh. Anyway, it was a dynasty league. And auction draft kasi kami. So I had those three players as our restricted free agent. So other managers had to bid for them and then ima-match ko lang if I wanted to keep them.
Actually, hindi naman sobrang taas eh. Nagulat nga ako na parang nag-isip ka pa eh.
Hindi sobrang taas, but feel ko, medyo nataasan na ako. Medyo tamang value siya, kaya rin siguro mas mahirap.
Tama.
Mas mahirap isipin. Kasi nandun na siya, parang pwede pwede mong, it could go either way. You could go either way with those. Pero yun, Keldon Johnson could be the biggest winner here in San Antonio.
Sa mga newcomers, Zach Collins just fractured his foot. So mukhang hindi maglalaro for a while.
Anyone here?
Dog.
Green Forbes siguro pwede. Tad Young, Tad.
Dog and Tad. Tad Young is a winner. Yeah.
Tad Young could be their power forward.
Yeah.
Starting power forward with Potel. And then si Dog was, baka ito na yung starting lineup eh. White. Hindi. Dog pala could come off the bench.
Dog will come off the bench. Yeah, I forgot about Tad Young. Tad Young is the winner here.
White, DeJounte, Keldon, Tad Young, and Potel. Baka yun yung projected starting five ng San Antonio Spurs. So, ang okay naman with this type of lineup, maraming pwedeng gumawa. Diba? Especially if merong na-injured dyan or marami kang, so you have to watch out for teams like these. Diba? Unlike yung mga loaded teams like mga Lakers, alam mo na very predictable diba?
Actually, loaded din ng San Antonio eh. Loaded ng mga bata or mga loaded ng mga mediocre players as of now.
Yeah. And
yung rookie nila, Josh Primo, yung 18-year-old.
Yun. Yung maraming San Antonio fans na nagsasabi na bakit yan yung pick nila.
Si Joao Pablo, friend natin. Nung nag-pick ng Josh Primo, nag-message agad sa akin, puro pinagmumura yung San Antonio eh. Tapos sinabi ko sa kanya, Josh Primo reminds me of a young Kobe. Medyo nag-ano siya. I'm sure si Joao very happy with Primo right now. Happy
siya. Marami tayong San Antonio fans. Romulo Fiesta, San Antonio fan. Ryan Lau, San Antonio fan. Mga friends natin yan. Pag narinig nila to, matutuwa sila.
Hindi, Primo has been quite good. Surprisingly quite good so far.
Okay, so tingnan natin. Abangan natin. So magkaka-playing time ba si Primo most likely?
Feeling ko hindi agad-agad. Kasi ang lalim eh. May Vassell pa, yung rookie nila last year. May Lonnie Walker ka pa.
Yung Vassell parang defensive player din yan.
Oo.
Diba? Parang tie-ball type of player. Pero may scoring yata to si Vassell.
Basta sinabi ko na kay Joao yun, sabihin ko dito, na feeling ko si Primo parang Kobe.
Possibly the next one.
Feeling ko hindi pa next year. Baka sa Dynasty pick mo yan.
Yan.
Pwede.
Sige. Abangan ko rin yan sa Dynasty. Utah, last team in the West.
Pucha, paboring tayo ng paboring. Yan ang San Antonio. Sa Utah tayo. Ano pa naman yan? Meron sa Utah? Rudy Gay, saka Hassan Whiteside.
In fairness, nandito tayo sa mga Hassan Whiteside.
Dapat inuna natin to bago yung East eh.
Yung Hassan Whiteside excites a lot of fantasy managers kasi Hassan Whiteside eh.
Ano ba?
Fresh pa sa kanila yung ginawa niya nung Portland base niya.
He's gonna overtake Gobert?
So, wala. May value ba? Is he going to be the same Hassan Whiteside as last year? Or baka may value ng konti kasi ang isa-sub niya si Gobert eh. Almost similar play.
I don't think so. May value against streamer, paminsan-minsan, or
specialist. I think Hassan Whiteside has been to the specialist role na.
Wala na. Hassan Whiteside, wala na. Saka sa Utah, itong Rudy Gay, wala rin. I mean, I don't like it for him compared
Sino
to San Antonio.
Sino bang kalaban niya sa position?
Si Royce O'Neal.
Royce O'Neal.
And then
Joe Ingles.
And Bojan.
Dami, no? So, medyo... Well, overall, I think Utah got deeper.
Better. Yeah.
Better. Pero fantasy-wise, wala. Eric Pascal was the most recent signing nila. Most likely, wala na rin yan. Walang
Wala.
I mean, nung Golden State nga yan, injured na halos lahat. Hindi pa masyado nakalaro.
Oo.
So most likely dito, wala na rin yan. So that ends the boring West. We just realized how boring the moves are sa West. Wala talaga. If I go down the list again, ako lang na-realize, wala eh. Other than the Lakers. And the Lakers, wala pang fantasy-worthy na players.
Walang talagang fantasy-worthy players, yes.
Diba? So,
pero actually, kung ititingnan mo ulit yung West, recapping it lang, I think San Antonio probably, nandun mo na makikita yung mas maraming winners. Eh.
Yeah.
DeJounte, Derek White, Todd Young, yan, Keldon Johnson. Feeling ko, yan ang mas may movement.
Among those, siguro Keldon and DeJounte could really be standouts here. Kasi DeJounte, wala na siyang share in ball handling.
Pero
Unlike
ako, I would rather pick Derek White kasi I feel DeJounte would be too expensive for me.
Yun.
Kasi Derek White, maraming
ayaw.
Hindi, maraming ano dyan eh. na loko dyan last year eh, tulad ni Jeremy. So, I'm sure stay away sila dyan.
Hindi naman. I'd still get Derek White over Tyler Hero.
Oo naman.
Hindi naman yung trade ko eh. Derek White over Tyler Hero.
Pero hindi lang nag-workout yung
Na-injure pero nagamit naman. At,
naisip ko lang pala nung Washington natin, nakalimutan pa natin, may Denny Abdiha pa pala sila.
Pero maglalaro ba si Denny Abdiha?
Hindi ko alam. Pero yun lang, ang lalim pala talaga. Ang dami nilang forwards.
Kasi Denny Abdiha injured eh.
Oo nga eh.
Medyo malala yung injury niya nun. Is it an ACL? Hindi eh. Parang
hindi. Leg.
Parang injury. Paul George injury.
Okay. Yeah.
Parang hindi ko na matandaan eh. Pero it was a late sa playoffs na injury. So I don't think he'll be ready for the start. Or even he might not play next year. Kung malala yung injury niya. Anyway, that's it for the first part. The second part of the boring West, boring free agency sa West. Pero malay mo si Ben Simmons comes to the West.
Pwede.
Mapag-uusapan natin yan in the next episode. Pero that's our 2 parts free agency series. Meron parang most likely marami pang moves that will happen in the next few days. Not as many as the ones this past week, pero for sure marami pa yan. Plus the trades, of course. And katulad si Kong, if you get the chance, watch the summer leagues, diba? Para at least makita nyo some of the young players that are playing there, kung sino yung mga standout. And then follow these young players on to the preseason. Kasi summer league naman, parang wala-wala lang eh. And then to the preseason, that's where you'll see kung maro-roster ba to, makaka-playing time ba to. And then from the preseason, medyo magkaka-idea ka if these young players are worth picking sa draft. Alright, so malayo pa tayo, but we'll see you again next week for another weekly episode ng Fantasy Benchwarmers. Guys, I posted a form where you can put in your projected top 40, top 12 players sa draft. Then we'll post them again. Katulad ng ginawa namin sa draft grades ng rookies para makita natin ano ba yung mga marami na nagko-comment. Actually, marami na ako nakuha entries. I had 7 entries today. Today lang yun. So, we'll post them siguro one or 2 a day para makita. Alright, we'll see you again next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.